everyone, my name is Chloe, and today we're here to film the December book haul revisit. So if you've not seen one of these videos, what I'm doing is I'm going back 2 years to try to figure out, truthfully, why I have so many books on my shelf. I am going back to my book haul from December of 2023 to see, have I read these books, or are they still sitting on my shelves? Are they a part of the TBR that is constantly haunting me? So I've done this a few different ways lately where I'm trying to play with it just to make editing easier, truthfully. And I think we're going to go back to the way that I used to do. So I'm going to have myself as a picture-in-picture, and we're going to just see what books are on this list, and we're going to hope for the best. I've got my whiteboard here, so I will keep track of anything of my totals, and we'll talk about that afterwards. So let's just play the video.
Beginning of the month, and I know some are book of the month. Some are a Pango order. I'll tell you where I got one special one. But anyway, so let's just get into it. The first one is I Almost Forgot About You by Terry McMillan. Okay, next is The Girl Who Came Home by Hazel Gaynor, a novel of the Titanic. So I love the Titanic, and like my sister gets on these obsessions, and then I like follow along. And so when the Titanic movie came out, we were both like super obsessed, and I feel like she's read a lot of Titanic books. Elena, I don't know if you are watching this, but if you did, is that true? This is 14 members of a small village set in Ireland are set to set sail on the Titanic, hoping to find a better life in America. For 17-year-old Maggie Murphy, the journey is bittersweet. Though her future lies in an unknown place, her heart remains in Ireland. When disaster strikes, Maggie's one of the few passengers and steerage to survive. Waking up alone in New York hospital, she vows never to speak of the terror and panic of that fateful night again. So that's Ireland in 1912. And then we have Chicago, 1982. Adrift after the death of her father, Grace Butler struggles to decide what comes next. When her great-grandmother Maggie shares the painful secret about the Titanic, it's new revelations, reunions, all that kind of stuff. So sounds fascinating. I am really excited about this. Next is Secrets of a Charmed Life by Semi-Charmed Life. That's, if you're a 90s kid, you might know. But next is The Midwife of Auschwitz. Two trigger words, like buzzwords, I guess, for me. Midwife and Auschwitz. I am so intrigued by both of those things. So this is Auschwitz 1943, and it's inspired by a true story. It tells one woman's fight for love, life, and hope during a time of unimaginable darkness. Next is The Time of My Life by Cecilia Ahern. I really like Cecilia Ahern. Next is Not Her Daughter by Rhea Frey. Rhea Frey. And so I've liked Rhea Frey a lot in the past. Then we got The Night Swim by Megan Golden. This is one that, you know, I feel like I probably don't need to say much about it. And then the last two are my book of the month picks. So we have Winter in New York by Josie Silver. I loved One Day in December. I've liked Josie Silver a lot. Last is No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. This, I think, comes out in January, so I think this was an early release. But
okay, so that actually worked out really well. We have 7 that I've read and 2 that I haven't. I'm using this dry erase marker that I don't even know where it came from. It's a Melissa and Doug, and it's so big. I'm a like 0.5 leg kind of gal. I love a fine tip writing utensil, and so this is bothering me. But anyway, The Girl Who Came Home by Hazel Gaynor, which is a Titanic book about Irish people, I believe. I think there's multiple timelines. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll look at that when we get to it. And then The Midwife of Auschwitz by Anna Stewart. And this book, I remember buying it at a used bookstore with one of my friends. And I bought it because, one, I love midwife stories. I love Auschwitz stories, all of that. But 2, there is a character named Anna Kaminsky in it. And I know an Anna Kaminsky, which is just crazy to me. So those are the 2 books. The reason I have not read that one is because, the reason I haven't read either is because, truthfully, I love buying historical fiction more than I love actually reading them. I find that historical fiction is the worst for me buying them and then them sitting on my shelf forever and a day. And so that's part of it. But I know the midwife one I can only get physically. So that's another thing that has been holding me back. But now's the time. Now is the time. There's no reason for it to sit on my shelf. I love physically reading. That'll be just fine. Yeah, that, I don't know. So now I'm going to vlog my experience reading these, and we'll decide once and for all, do they belong on the shelf or should they get on hold? Hey everyone, so I have started the first book for this project. I started The Girl Who Came Home by Hazel Gaynor. I'm in my dad's car, you guys, because he is in town right now to help with all the soccer that we have going on today and just all the things. And I'm not kidding. Like, when I got in the car, it took me a solid 2 to 3 minutes to even figure out how to stop the car or like start the car. And then when I got here to Dollar Tree, it took me a few minutes to try to figure out how to stop the car. It is a car that is smarter than I am. So I just turned it on and the music came on. So sorry. But I am really liking this book. I'm listening to it on audio and I'm already like 2/3 of the way in because I just can't stop listening as I'm doing things. So the book, I will say I think this might be Hazel Gaynor's debut, which is amazing. The book starts off with like there's a fair amount of perspectives throughout, and that is my only complaint. Otherwise, we're following a girl, Maggie, in the then timeline. For the most part, the story revolves around Maggie. She is going with her aunt on the Titanic, leaving her home in Ireland to start a new life in America. And so she gets on the Titanic, and then we're also following her granddaughter in present day. Those are the primary, I would say, points of view. There's also, we get her aunt, we get a guy who works in like the lower class areas of Titanic. And I feel like this book does something that not all Titanic books do well. In this book, the Titanic sinks, spoiler, the Titanic sinks, at the perfect point. I'm not going to tell you when, but like there's not too much buildup and it sinks immediately. Now here's all the aftermath, because so many Titanic books I've read, it's like it either sinks at the very end. And so it's like, oh gosh, well, okay, that was not, that was a lot of buildup and then it just ends, or it sinks at the very beginning where then it's just aftermath, which I guess I would prefer that, but it does the perfect amount of buildup and aftermath. And, so far anyway. So I have really enjoyed it. I also forget every time I don't think about it, I guess, but every time I read a Titanic book, it's always like, oh my goodness, this was only the span of a couple days. That is mind-boggling to me. Yeah, I don't know. It is heartbreaking. It is tragic. It is so even though, so at first when we got all these perspectives, I was like, oh gosh, I'm not going to attach to anybody. And I totally have. And I just feel like she's done this really well. I can tell it's one of her earlier works, but I feel like she's doing it really well and I'm really intrigued. So, right now I've got an hour. My husband and dad have the kids at soccer game number 1 of the day. We have 3 today. So we had a 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. So I'm going to run one more errand, pick up lunch, go feed everybody, then go to the 1 o'clock soccer game. Then half of the people are going to leave and go to the 2 o'clock soccer game. I'm going to stay with 3 of my 4 kids and bring them home, put them down for nap, because then tonight we have Journey Through Judea, which is a walk through nativity kind of thing. And I think it's like a 1 mile loop. And I'm planning to take my whole family. I will wear my 1-year-old, but I don't know what my 3-year-old's going to do. So I don't know if we'll all go. The plan is for us all to go, but I might see if I can leave my 3 and 1-year-old and husband. I don't know. We'll see. So I will keep you posted when I finish this book.
The coffee's ready if you'll have some. And breakfast should be finished soon. The paper called for sun tomorrow.
on. So, yesterday was a busy day. We had lots of soccer. We finished our puzzle and we had 2 missing pieces. We now only have 1 missing piece, but such is life doing puzzles with kids. We have it on a card table, and my 1-year-old can now, she just reaches her little hand up and can get in the card table. So we've learned that we have to do smaller puzzles that can be scooched back. But, yeah, who knows where it's an edge piece too, which is really frustrating, but who knows where it is. So we did that, and then we did the Journey to Judea last night, and it was really fun. I only took my big 2 kids who are now 5 and 7, and one of which is playing with a baby toy right here. So if you hear rattling, it's my 7-year-old actually. And anyway, so I took them too because of the late day. The others were napping, and like the late soccer, all that kind of stuff. The other 2 were napping, and it was a great call only taking them because it was cold, it was windy, it was scary. My 5-year-old says very scary because it was very realistic reenactment of everything from Moses up to Jesus' resurrection. And so they had live animals and as well as like mock weapons and things like that. And so it was startling for her. It was really nice. Great atmosphere, great, like the people were really great actors, and it was great, but definitely something I think we'll wait until everybody's older to do again. But that is that. So the other thing that happened yesterday is I finished this book, and I really liked it. I don't have a ton to add because I don't want to spoil things, but I think like the excessive amount of characters at the beginning was a little much, but I think that they all served a purpose and it all came back around in the end. And I just really like this. As somebody who's fascinated by the Titanic, like I'm always searching for a good one, and I feel like this was a good one. So I really liked how it all worked out in the end and how everything connected. I do wish it would have been more like just Maggie and her granddaughter and like, you know, less of the other perspectives, but there's a couple especially that I think were a little like extra, but overall this was a really good read, solid 4 stars. So I would highly recommend this. Let's hope the other historical fiction is as much of a win, because you guys, I kind of feel like occasionally I get the ick about historical fiction because sometimes I don't understand the context, or it's too slow, or it's too atmospheric, or whatever the case may be. And this one was not that way. And so I feel like I'm like rejuvenated about it, and we'll see. I know I tried to start the midwife one earlier and I couldn't get into it because it has like multiple perspectives and timelines. And so I need to just sit down physically and have a decent chunk of time to like get involved in the story before I continue. And that's not going to happen today. So I will update when I have time to do that and I have more to say.
It's like rain the whole day through.
Hey everyone, so I just went into Target with the best of intentions to vlog, but it's me and the baby. We went to Target because I need stocking stuffers and stuff, and I hate this because like I went to the Dollar Tree last week, because if you go on December 10th as I did today, it is so picked over, everything's gone. So I got a couple things here and there, still managed to spend $40 in Target, but that's okay. Yeah, so did that. But I am like 150 pages into this book, into The Midwife of Auschwitz, and I'm really liking it. I tried to read it. Gosh, I tried to start it like 3 times with my eyes, and I just could not get into it. So I was like, uh-oh, I'm not going to like this book. But I have Alexa read it to me on ebook, and now I'm 150 pages. I'm in it. I can read it in any form, and I am really liking it. So we get two in dual perspectives of a young Jewish girl and an older Polish midwife, and it's right at the start of the war. The book opens with a scene from like 1946 or something, post-war, and then it goes back, and the Polish gal is a part of the resistance, and we're just kind of watching things unfold, and it's heartbreaking. It's like nauseating. It is really, really hard to listen to. So or read or whatever, but I am enjoying it. I mean, to be saying enjoying it, I'm hooked. I'm interested. Like the writing flows really well, and it's going well. So far so good on that. So just went to Target last night. The girls had piano, and there's a house in my neighborhood that does like the whole thing for Christmas lights, and they coordinate it to music on a radio station, and it's lovely and wonderful. So we have not stopped to see it yet, and we stopped and listened to like 2 songs last night on our way home, and that was great. And then tonight we may or may not go to like a light show, but I don't think we will, because today has just kind of not gone according to plan, and we have not gotten very much done. This morning I did a lot of cooking and baking and stuff, because just things like my kids ate everything that I had for breakfast, so I need to make more breakfasts, and we need soup for tonight, so I started the soup and then ran out of time, and I started sourdough and ran out of time, and my father-in-law is coming into town tomorrow to help us with some projects, but then a friend of a family friend died, and so they're going to be leaving for the funeral and coming back, and so it's just, I'm going to have a lot of people in and out of my house. So my goal is to finish this book by tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to happen though, because I'm really tired, and we've got a lot going on. So my goal is to finish this by tomorrow, ideally get it edited and up for you by Friday, but maybe you'll be seeing this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know when you'll see this, but I'll update you when I have more to say. Hey everyone, so I might be wearing the same shirt I was in the last clip. I'm not sure, but it's Red Friday, so we're wearing red. But I have finished this book, and the Midwife of Auschwitz. I forget that I'm like reading more than one book for this, because it has spanned the entire month. It's only the 12th right now, but it feels like it's been a while. But I really like this book. I'm giving it like a 4-star. It was not a perfect book. I think it got a little bit long in the middle. Sorry, the lighting is awful too, because I am about to do PT and lift weights. It's Friday. My father-in-law has been in town for the past couple days trying to help my husband get some projects done. And so now he's got the kids. Well, I mean, they're done. He's got the kids. And I'm going to do PT, and then I don't know, we might go Christmas shopping. We might go look at lights. We might do none of the above tonight. I'm not really sure. I'm feeling kind of lazy, so we'll see. But I'm going to do PT. Anyway, I really like this book. So we follow 2 women. I can't remember what I said about it before, but we follow 2 women. One is Polish, one is Jewish, they're both Polish, but one's Jewish, one's not. And for reasons, they both get taken to Auschwitz. And it's their experience through that. And I don't want to say a whole lot more. It's their separation from their family, the hardships they endure, and kind of the aftermath. And I was invested. There is a lot of talk about like moms being separated from their babies. So of course, that was just a heartbreaking situation. And thinking about it, it's based on a true story. And gosh, just awful. And so to say I enjoyed it is weird, because like it was awful. It was a heavy book. And one of you guys warned me that it is like a series, and you're right. It ends on a cliffhanger, and that made me so annoyed, because it doesn't really end on a cliffhanger. Like, it's a complete story. But we're following the 2 characters, and we don't get a complete resolution for one. We get like read the next book to see what happens to this character and see if this happens. And so while there were quite a few like pretty little bows, not all of it was that way. And I really want to keep reading, but you guys, I really want to read off my shelf. And even the best historical fiction, I can't read them back to back. So that's where we are. I'm definitely going to keep it on my shelf. My mom said she has read it. She came up for a little bit yesterday, and she said she read it and really loved it. And so I would highly recommend. I haven't heard of Anna Stewart or read anything else by her, but I'll definitely be like keeping an eye out. So that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know, how are you preparing for Christmas if you celebrate? What's the best historical fiction you have ever read? because I love historical fiction. I would love to sprinkle in like 2 or 3 a month, but I currently don't, because some of them I just really don't like, and some of them I really do. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you again for watching.